What's up, folks? Give me just a second to get everything set up here. Get the chat popped out. And get everything started and arranged for tonight's stream. And we're going to be doing a snitch stream. I wasn't going to originally stream today, but I finished a little bit early on some of the stuff that I was planning on doing, so we're gonna live stream. Get everything set up here. Let me there we go. Let me know if you can hear me all right, and if the game sound will actually. Right now, I'm rearranging everything, so the game sound is not gonna show through currently. Just put that over like that. And you guys asked for it, so we're going to do it. And this is going to be a snitch live stream because there have been many changes in the setup for snitch. As in, I would say that it was considerably easier to play snitch before than it is today. And that is mostly due to the introduction of the Chaos Dwarves. So there's a lot of stuff that has to be done with the Chaos Dwarves. And what I'm going to do for the start of today's stream is just show you kind of like where I'm at. This is turn 86 in a different campaign. We're going to start a fresh campaign here in just a second. I'm going to show you the strongest start that I can figure out from save scum in the hell out of the early start and give you a good idea of which way to go. So what we've done in this campaign that is not going to be the focus is we've conquered the majority of Cathay, and then the idea is that we branch out periodically to the other Skaven regions and create food resources. So the best way to do that is through the shadowy dealings set up with the campaign, or excuse me, I've got a thing that popped up. The best way to do that is with the clan contracts and the shadowy dealings tab. So we can see here that I am just about to abandon this region right here. I've set up all this food in these undercities. Let me show you. Yeah. So all these undercities are set up for food because this is one of the things that you end up with a problem with the Skaven. I have taken Skaven Blight. Unfortunately, Throt got eliminated, and I'm about to retake some of this region over here with the Vermintide mechanic. And I confederated Queek. And I have confederated... gosh, what's his name? Help me out. Skrulk. Unfortunately, Tretch died, which not really that much of a loss there, right? Not a big deal. So what we're going to do is, that is the progress that I've made, and I've been doing a fair amount of screwing around in this particular campaign, just kind of feel it out. Now we're going to start a new one, and I'm going to show you my process for the first probably 15 turns, maybe. It depends how long it takes us to get there. New campaign. Skaven playing as Snitch. And just to make sure that everything's set up properly, we are on AI stats modifier all the way up, and it should be on legendary. Yep. All right, cool. And again, the purpose of this is to show you what I have come to find out is, or at least in what is, in my opinion, the strongest start for Snitch. And this strategy revolves heavily along the lines of staying away from the Chaos Dwarves in the early game. We want to stay away from Zatan, and because of that, that's going to cause us to deviate a fair amount from my original campaign guide that I put out before the Chaos Dwarves were a thing. So the Shadows of Change DLC doesn't really change the scheme very much. But the Chaos Dwarves definitely have changed things. And what I would say about Shadows of Change, what the Shadows of Change DLC and the resultant changes during that period did was substantially nerf the Cathayan Caravans mechanic. Now, you still will get every once in a while when you have a revolt kickoff in one of these regions, every once in a while you will get a Cathayan Caravan that spawns in that location. However, you no longer get the massive amount of loot that you used to. So the early campaign for Snitch was super easy previously because you could just loot those campaigns with multiple lords and get a whole bunch of bucks, and then you never want it for money. The other thing that is substantially hurting the Skaven across the board now is Beastmen trade has been nerfed. And I used to say that when you were playing a Skaven campaign, you would find the nearest Beastman and try to extort as much money out of them as possible before they got wiped out. And you might wipe them out yourself just to get an advantage of their money. Or the food. So please let me know. I've seen some chats rolling right now. Let me know if everything is sounding good. Make sure that I am not too hot in relative comparison to the game. And we should be good. So I'll see if those roll in here in a second. And of course, if you would like to name a character, then hit us up with a super chat with the name that you want. So let's see here. So first things first, so that we don't forget, we need this building in this region, and this will make sense here shortly. We're going to go ahead and attach our hero. We used to start with a Warlock Engineer. We no longer have a Warlock Engineer, which is unfortunate. We'll have to wait to get one. But what we do is attach this one right here. And speed that up. And then we are going to attack this enemy right here, which is basically what you would expect. The other thing that we're going to do is wait to see if we get the Ferocious Plans building from this first settlement here. So you can auto-resolve this. However, I would suggest that you fight it manually for the purposes of reducing the amount of casualties. You can do your choice, and also if you're playing on a lower difficulty, then certainly auto-resolve it. But it's an ambush battle. I've never seen it not be an ambush battle. No, I take that back. But I've not seen it in the most recent update it not be a settlement battle, so, or ambush battle. So the other thing that I would say that has changed a fair amount in the most recent patches is the faction potential side of things has changed fairly substantially. So the variability is actually quite high, and I would say across the board, but definitely in this campaign. Sometimes you get Lockyer is just a wet noodle. Sometimes you get Village is a wet noodle. It really does vary. So the first thing that we're going to do here is set all of these units out of range so they can't inadvertently fire. And then we're going to also set this so they can't inadvertently fire. We'll put Snitch up here. No, we'll put Snitch back here. And then we'll, sorry, it's been a minute since I actually started the campaign. So I'm trying to remember what I did last time. That worked out really well. And we are going to wait. I did put this on. Yeah, okay. So we're going to wait until they come around the corner there, and we can't move anything. Because if we move anything, then they'll see it. So we're going to let them get into the kill zone there. Good. All right. And we're going to charge up our warp stars, throw a set, turn these guys on fire at will, and we're off to the races. We'll go ahead and drop that right there, and we're going to bring in these guys, but they have a cav, so we want to make sure that the cav, is the cav going to get, yes it is, there we go. All right, so we're going to send the cav in to hit that. We're going to continue to launch some warp stars into these infantry down here. But we are not doing a very good job of taking out those cav, which is a concern. So we're just going to pull these guys out. We don't want to take a whole lot of casualties. And then this guy, we can use Snitch to try to do damage to... Now, here's the thing about the Poison Wind Mortars. They are excellent. However, large potential for friendly fire. So that's why I didn't use the Gutter Runner right away, is I wanted to jam this cav up, and then hopefully we'll use some of this on that. The Gutter Runners that fire in all directions are somewhat unpredictable as far as their targeting is concerned, which is a little bit annoying, but it's what we had to work with. And it is the best unit for Snitch in the game, period. So my endgame army looks very much packed with Gutter Runners to fire in all directions. All right, those are going down. We shouldn't lose too many units or too many models. All right, we're doing his best to lose that fight. It's all right if we take some damage on the heroes. We just need to make sure that we have enough to do the next battle. Keeping our missile units healthy. Chat says sometimes the allies can be wet noodles. Yes, yes, and that's one of the things that I've noticed quite a bit. It used to be, so it's not as bad as it used to be. It used to be that when you got an alliance with a faction, that essentially means that that faction was done. They were going to start performing really, really badly on the campaign map, and that Lord is probably going to get away. Yeah. So there's nothing for that. We'll let them finish off this right here. We're not going to make it to that. We definitely do not want the Poison Wind Mortar to have anything to do with that. Somebody says, "Ooh, you're back." Yeah, I apologize for being fairly absent recently. I have had a lot of work to do as far as my other channel is concerned, and really just holidays really wear me out when it comes to all the commitments and stuff. So yeah, I've not been doing a very good job keeping up with the content on this channel, and I apologize for it. I really wish that I had the time to make the content. But I was going to do this video as a pre-recorded video. I was like, you know what? We'll just do it as a live stream. That way I can do the video, and I won't have to really do all that much editing, because I'm better live anyway. All right. Hopefully we got some decent amount of food out of that. You might get more if you auto-resolve it. We'll see. I think it was 5. I think 5 food is what you get when you auto-resolve. I should have taken notes, is what I should have done. Okay, so we got 2 food. It doesn't matter. We'll have enough when we finish this anyway, and we're going to take the food from this one as well. So we got 4 food out of that. And the next thing that we're going to do, give him Route Marcher and give this one Warp Stars. And while we're at it, we're going to use our Shadowy Dealings to do a food raid. We're going to use Snitch. This just gives Snitch another level. And you can do that every 10 turns. So we got enough out of that last one that it did give him a full another level. And then we're going to put that in Looter. And this is the only point that we're going to put in Looter. The rest of them we're going to go into Ancient Cunning. And the idea is we want that ambush success chance to be through the roof. So he's going to get extra ambush success chance here and here. And is there another one? I feel like there's another one. Maybe I'm mistaken on that, but I could have swore there was another one. Also, what was our trait? Intelligent, which is basically worthless. All right, so now we're going to take this, and we're going to hope that we get the Rattling Warrens on this one. And this should be a relatively easy battle, and I think this is a field battle. They don't have any calves, so this is going to be pretty easy to win. It's really the thing that gets you in the early game. And one of the things that you're going to see in this early guide here is that as Snitch in the early game especially, we're staying away from fighting major settlement battles that have large garrisoned armies in them. Because that's not how... this is not a faction that does that well in the early game. Now, after you get a couple Warlock Engineers into the army, and you've got some artillery and stuff like that, and then yeah, you're going to be able to wreck just about everything. And that other campaign I started the stream with, I'm basically auto-resolving most of the battles that come about. So we're going to start out kind of similar to last time. We're going to create this here, put that there. Only this time we're going to separate out the Gutter Runners from the Night Runners, because these stalk and the Night Runners don't. And they don't have any cav to really go after us, so we can use that as an advantage. Snitch is a little bit damaged, so we're going to pull him back a little bit. And we'll just use warps. Yeah, we'll use some warp stars. Okay, so hopefully they're going to go after this. We're going to loop these guys around over here, and they've got one there and one there. So this one is probably gonna, yeah, right there. And these guys will come through and attack this, and the Poison Wind Mortar is going to be able to take out the other archer. So we're just going to push these guys back here and taunt that one, and we'll use some of the warp stars. If they do some damage to this Night Runner, it's not that big of a deal. Let's see, here we go. Should start firing soon. There we go. Ooh, it did start shooting it. Yeah, nice clump right there. Good pick. All right, I stand corrected. That was the wrong decision. That's okay. That's fine. We have some Menace Belows to tie him down, so it's not a big of a deal. They'll chase that. They've spotted those guys. And that should hopefully start routing, maybe? Okay. And then that next volley of Poison Wind Mortars is going to route that, and then the Gutter Runners will be able to finish it off. So we'll go ahead and tell it to attack this other thing of archers. Yeah. Eshin Triad shouldn't have any problem with that. And we'll switch these guys to... we need to tell the whole army not to... There we go. And then this one can just run that down. Oop. Targeting the wrong target. Eshin Triads could use some help. We'll just pull them out. We don't want them to take too much damage. We do want them to be viable over the next couple turns. We're not going to get rid of them anytime soon. These Night Runners are not doing so well. Okie dokie, that's good. This is pretty much in the bag. We can run some stuff down to try to... Ooh, that's not good. We can run some stuff down to try to increase the amount of food that we got. Come on, get out of there. Wasn't paying attention. The Eshin Sorcerer really sucks when it comes to... Alright. That there. This one's gonna run down this one. And then this is also fast. So it can run that down. Clan Rats are fast enough to run that down. Running that. Maybe making a liar out of me? Right. I don't know if that helped us on the, I don't know if that helped us on the food or not. Well, we'll see. How am I doing? I am doing great. Thank you for asking. It's just a busy time of year. It's my busy season, and then on top of it, it's the holidays, and, you know, things just fall behind. I spent all day out. Yeah, see, they didn't help us at all on the food. I spent all day out with my fiance, so it was a fantastic day. We went to see the lights, and we went to the botanical garden. She's kind of she really likes plants and stuff like that. So it was, we went to the Cleveland, Ohio Botanical Garden, which was actually nice, but it wasn't as big. Yeah, I like the outdoor nature of it. I think it'll be better in the summertime. We have a couple of botanical gardens in the state that are really awesome. Okay, so this one we're going to take at Tier 1. So capture it at Tier 1. And what did we get? We got the Rattling Warrens, which is what we wanted. We're going to take that one first. And that allows us to then demolish this. Do we want to do that, is the question. Yes, we do. Yeah, we're going to demolish that, and this will make sense shortly. This one, as I said before, Ancient Cunning. And then this one, we're going to give him a second point in Warp Stars. Now we are going to recruit 3 of these and 1 of these. Yeah, I guess I'm from looking at the chat. I'm kind of locked into my ways here. Yes, it is. I don't know what country everybody's from, but here in the United States and around the world, it is Christmas time, and our tradition here, although how do I put this without being too terse, is to light up your house and put decorations up everywhere. It used to be that you did this the week before Christmas. Now it seems that the Christmas displays started all the way back. Like, I walked into Lowe's, which is basically like our home improvement, one of our home improvement stores here in the States. And the Halloween stuff was on one side and the Christmas stuff was on the other. It's commercialization at its worst, right? But it is what it is. All right, so we researched the ferocious plans. Now we're going to go ahead and give us the devious plans, and that's going to be good for the Skaven slaves, which we're going to be getting a fair amount of. And the reason we did that there was so that we could build this here, and this will make sense later, of course. But we also need to build this here, and that seems a little bit redundant, but it'll make sense here in a bit. And, of course, the next move is to take this. Again, that seems pretty redundant on the building, but it'll make sense when we get all the way up to the settlement, the major settlement, because we want to be able to recruit gutter runners and not have to come back to the province to recruit those gutter runners. Excuse me. Let's see. I didn't look at the armory composition. Is it the same? Yeah, I don't see any cav, so this should be another walk in the park. So we're going to set up a back line, and then we're going to take this and kind of set up another front line, put our poison wind mortars there, and we'll use the night runners as decoys again, and we'll just basically block that up over there. And that should be everything, right? Who's this guy? Okay. We'll have him fire some warp stars in there again. I don't know. Will he hit that thing? He will not hit that thing. Yeah, so I don't know. When do you guys, and where you guys are, when do you guys put up decorations, since you are aware of the season? I basically put mine up today. There are some people who put them up the week before Thanksgiving, which is definitely an American holiday. So that is, like, this year Thanksgiving came early. It's always the last Thursday in November. Well, we had a short final week in November this year, so it was on like the 22nd or something like that. So people were putting up their Christmas displays like super early this year. I'm just like, ick. Like, the commercialization of the holiday really bothers me to some degree. So I don't even put up a Christmas tree at this place. We're putting up a tree. We are going to do a natural tree this year, and we're going over to a tree farm on Sunday to cut it. So that'll go up at my fiance's house this weekend. So some people, I mean, I understand putting up decorations and wanting them to work for a little bit. I can get behind the understanding of that. It's just, at the same time, the putting them up in October just rubs me the wrong way, man. Like, you have fallen into the corporatist trap, that's for sure. All right, now we should probably, again, we need the food. We're gonna take these guys. Well, actually, we'll target this. We're gonna try and do enough damage to earn some more food. I don't know if it's going to help because it's technically a settlement battle. and there's no lord, is the thing. Normally, you get a lot of food for killing the lord. And did I fail to... Oh, yeah, I totally screwed that up. So we'll send these guys over here, and then we have these ones over there. That's probably not to take care of that. What happened to... But anyway, enough about that. Warhammer 3. Now, what are your guys' thoughts on the... I don't have any insider information or anything like that on Thrones of Decay or anything like that, so don't ask. Even if I had it, I couldn't give it to you. But when do you guys think it's going to come out? And is it something that, if it performs well, is something that you're going to buy? Like, if it's good value, is it something that you plan on purchasing or not? Because I have to know that sort of stuff for if I'm going to cover it or not. I probably will anyway. It's just if there's a lot of... For me, personally, there's a lot of interests in Thrones of Decay because I really want Nurgle to be good, right? I have a lot of fun playing Nurgle because Nurgle is built as a slow, turtley faction, and I like to take Nurgle and use it as a hyper-aggressive faction. And I find it a lot of fun because it's difficult because they don't have a lot of tools at their disposal. I'm interested to see what happens with Thrones of Decay with that whole balance. And if they get some more units, they get some more mechanics that expand it. I'm hoping that does good work. I'm also hoping, as we're currently playing Skaven, I'm really hoping that the Plague mechanic moves over to the Skaven as well, because right now I don't even play Skrulk. He used to be my favorite faction to play, and I just it feels like he's not done, right? And the other thing that bothers me about the current Plague mechanics is that the Skaven, if it used to be that if somebody had a plague, as in like there was a Nurgle plague down on the or a Beastman plague or something like that, there's a plague down on the map somewhere, then you were immune to it as not as Skrulk, but if you constructed an all plague army, like plague bearer sensor bearers, plague monks, and a Gracier of Plague, then you were basically immune to that plague. That's no longer the case. So I'm hoping that they rebalance all that stuff and it works out, because I was really disappointed in that when I opened up a Skaven campaign and saw that was no longer the functionality that was working. So I'm hoping that Thrones of Decay addresses that, but we'll see. I'm not optimistic about that because they're not on the list. Skaven aren't on the list, but they do benefit from plague mechanics, so I'm hoping that there's something that goes in there. And I'm hoping that is the result of the delay. Kyle says, I'll probably buy it, but it's mostly because I'm a sucker with disposable income. That's funny. I mean, realistically, I really love this game, so I'll probably, if I wouldn't get a free copy of it for review purposes, free, I mean, I'm going to spend hundreds of hours testing it, so that's not really free. But beside the point, I would probably have bought it anyway, okay? But I would really like to see Nurgle improved, and I would obviously like my Skaven to be improved. All right, so we're going to take this at level 1. Didn't help us on the food that time either. Whatever. We're not going to use the scheme yet because we want to have all of our turns, or we want to have all of our cooldowns zeroed out for this when we get it, because we're going to need that, because we're going to deplete all that. You guys can see what's coming. We're coming up here and we're going to take this to tier 4, right? So now that we are here and we've got this, it did not do anything with that one. So that one's pretty much useless to us. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. We don't really need it. And then here we're going to put a point into Snitch. Right there. And then he is going to go do the Night Lord Say-So. So Snitch is going to go do the Night Lord Say-So. And we can replace him with... really want another Master Assassin on the board. So, if I was going for strictly traits, I would probably go with Sneaky. But we really want a Master Assassin, an additional Master Assassin on the board for Eshin actions and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and see. Not really worth it. Not really worth it. None of those are very good. So we're just going to select this one because he's got the most battle power. And then we're also going to raise a second Lord. And this one needs to have some kind of magic. So we need magic in the army. And it looks like our best... we would take movement range, but we don't have any of that. So we're going to go with the cunning of the Warlock Master. And then this one is just going to recruit trash. Okay. And while we're here, we now have access to some assassins. Go ahead and get those now. And we still do not have any clan contracts. So that is, and then what did we do as far as building here? Yeah, we're good. And we'll get a third assassin here in a second. Okay. To the chat while we wait. Most of my game time is spent playing this game, to be completely honest. I would like to play other games. It's just, like, I have a copy of Baldur's Gate that Baldur's Gate, the most recent one that came out. I have a copy of it back from early access, and I haven't opened it since. And I would like to, but I've kind of coupled my horse to this, if you will. So my limited amount of time to game is spent doing things surrounding the channel and this game, right? So, I don't have a whole lot of auxiliary time for that, just because I run my own business, and because of that, it takes a lot of time to do that. So we got a Pestilence contract, which is exactly what we want. We want to boost the Pestilence contract. What we don't want to do is mess with the Moors contract at this juncture. Now, it can be beneficial to us because it is going to incite riots more. So the purpose of you definitely never want to be in the red with Clan Pestilence, because look at -1, right? That's so crippling for a Skaven player to have -1 food per army, right? So that's, again, every army already costs you... every army automatically costs you 1 food, right? So each army will cost you 2 food. It's absolutely crippling if you do that. So no matter what, no matter how juicy the contract looks, you never go into the negative with Pestilence. So by contrast, we do want Plague Claw Catapults, and we do want Eyes on Pestilence, and we also want to get it all the way up here because that's really awesome as far as the buffs are concerned. So that's something we're going to work on. Now, going into the red on Moors, it gives us -2 control, which is actually okay for the early campaign because we want a whole lot of extra food. So we're going to go ahead and do this clan contract. But what we're going to do first is we're going to take our strategist guy, not the cunning one, because we need that. Where is our strategist? strategist. And we're going to run him up, and we're just going to get eyes on this. Yes, that army is indeed still there. He is now going to, and what's his name? He is Fabrigir. So Fabrigir is going to go do that contract for us, and that's a little bit of money, a little bit of food. We're now going to take our army that used to be commanded by Snitch, and we're going to move it to where we can ambush. We're going to set up an ambush trap. So 28 looks like as good as we're going to get. Ambush. And then we're going to take this guy, and we're going to put it right in the optimum position for an ambush trap. There's enough space there that he's got to run in there to be able to access it, but he should be able to reach this settlement at the end of the turn. And then we're going to move this guy in here. We want to hide that assassin, and that's going to give us that much more chance of, even though it says 100%, we want to make sure that it only reads 100%, but you got to remember that there are debuffs depending on what is the army composition, what kind of things they've put into their army. So there is a chance that even though we have a 100% ambush success chance that it could fail. So we want to make sure that we pack it with as much ambush success chance as possible. Okay, so, and then buildings. So this one, we want growth. We need this province to grow. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then again, more trash. And we're getting these ones with the assumption that they're going to get torn up and we're going to consolidate them later. We don't want to pay that upkeep, but we're gonna lose a fair amount of them in the upcoming battles. I guarantee it. And technology. What technology were we working on? Yeah, devious plants. That's right. Okay, cool. We don't have any. We want to stay away from these diplomacy actions here with these factions. We don't want anything to do with that.
Admiral of the fleet.
We want to stay away from them because we don't want to. Depending, Lokir can go to war with them. We want to be friends with Lokir. Okay. And now that we've set our ambush trap, we just have to wait. Simple Man 3 says, what I had trouble with is how to use the gutter runners. Those units are different than archers, so it confuses me. I will show you. So now we have initiated an ambush trap, and we're going to look. Okay, so if we auto-resolve this battle, keep in mind that we are sitting in our own territory, so we're going to replenish. We're going to lose. If we auto-resolve this battle, which means that we're in our own territory, so we're going to replenish, and we wipe out this army so we don't have to fight it again. That's really important. Because this army, if whatever we don't kill in this army, is going to run back into its own territory, and it's going to recruit. And then we're going to have to fight it inside the settlement. Now, you can choose to do that if you want, right? Now, I am willing to sacrifice 2 Skaven slave spears to not have to fight this battle again. Now, we're going to take some damage, but remember, all this damage, we are standing in our own territory. And really, the most important units in here, the gutter runners, are fine. They're not even damaged. So, whatever, right? And we're got a grand total of 18 food out of that. And we don't have to fight that army. Now, they've recruited a second one up there. And what guys do we get? Oh, that was the wrong button. That was also the wrong button, but we'll do that. Oh. Blade of Corruption. And we got a messenger. Now, can this guy reach? This guy cannot reach, but this one can. This one does not have siege attacker though. So that means that we have to tell this guy to put it under siege. Decisive defeat. And then we have to move this guy into bounds. Still couldn't have got it done. And this one, do Veil of Shadows. And this one, replenishment. We're going to need the replenishment. We're not going to get spread control because we want to make sure that there is a... we want to make sure there's a revolt over the course of the end turn. So we're not going to spend our point in control just yet. Now, we can reach this guy with 1% remaining. We're going to transfer to him the unit that gives us... This unit has siege attacker. And then here we're going to increase this. And we could auto-resolve this. However, the units, I care about the clan rats because they're very expensive to replace at this stage in the game. Even though they're not great units, we can't replace them. And the Eshin triads. We cannot replace the Eshin triads yet in this campaign. So we're going to have to auto-resolve this battle. Or we cannot auto-resolve this battle, excuse me. We're going to have to fight it manually. And remember, Snitch comes back this turn. Two turns for the Night Lord say so. And I will show you. Somebody says that they have trouble understanding how to use gutter runners. I will show you how to use gutter runners. Hopefully we'll be able to get a decent number of them at the end of this turn. And I can show you how to use them properly. Because it is a nuanced thing. There's a fair amount of micro. And if you're not good at micro, then forget it. This is not your... this faction and Slaanesh are not your factions if you don't do micro well. All right, so I probably should have moved some more troops in. Yeah, I should have moved more troops in. But, you know, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Let's put this... Yeah, that's not that bad. Yeah, I should have brought my missile troops. It's okay. These guys are here to die anyway, so it's not really that big a deal. We definitely do not want to lose this one. So we want to make sure that any damage that is done is soaked up by the Skaven slaves. And then these guys will come in and we'll take the entirety of the settlement. Now, here's the thing. I would have told you before that the best way to do this is to cheese the town square. I'm gonna say that at this juncture, it's not the best way to do this battle because we do not have the because they changed this. This is now a key point, and then you need it to be able to access this one. They've got reinforcements coming in. The guy's going to sit there and camp on the objective, and we simply don't have the sneakiness that we used to at this juncture. Later in the campaign, sure, we'll have enough stalking units to do that, but right now we don't. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this entire army, save this one, and just tell them to go down here. And then this one is going to slightly lag behind. We're going to just soak up all the missiles that we can. And then this one is going to attack that. And we're going to keep the archers off of us with Menace Belows and warp lightning. The other thing that I will say is that the warp grinders got a substantial buff somewhere along the way. I don't know when it happened, but they tear down walls really, really fast now. Like, obscenely fast. I was very impressed. To the point where it's become actually a halfway viable unit. We're just going to let our Skaven slaves take damage. It's fine. And then after a section of the wall comes down, we will flood in there. But for the time being, we're just going to let them get shot. They're low-value targets. Again, we're fat on our upkeep with Skaven slaves at this point in time, and the whole purpose of them being there is to take. They are the shield. As soon as that warp grinder gets in there, it'll take down those walls. We do want to move these Skaven slaves a little off the wall because they will get crushed by the wall when it comes down, which I thought was kind of funny. A nice inclusion there by Creative Assembly, for sure. He can start on the gate. Our reinforcements are here, and if they take down that wall, yes, look at that. All right, these guys can go ahead and flood in. I thought our reinforcements were here. Oh, enemy reinforcements. My bad. 40 seconds. Here are warp grinders. We're going to hold a couple of these guys back just so they can come at the pile over here when we bring down the wall over here. Again, we're just trying to keep the archers occupied at this point in time. All right, now our troops are here. Again, I probably should have transferred at least the gutter runners into probably the gutter runners and the triads into this army, and maybe the poison wind mortar, because it can go toe to toe with all this. But like I said, we're a little bit heavy on the upkeep of this army, and most of it's because of the excess Skaven slaves. So it's not that big of a deal if some of them get whacked, so that we can merge them down. And again, we're just at this juncture, we're just keeping the archers busy until a real unit can show up to help out. And have they committed all their forces? Almost all their forces. Let's do it this way. We'll keep these units. These two units we'll keep out. We don't need them to get hurt. And then the gutter runners we'll send over here. But all of these missile units here can sit there, and then we'll also put the poison wind mortars there. We also have our Eshin guy, but we're just going to continue to use warp lightning because it's so effective. So just keep them busy. Just need to. Our guys are losing horribly, but that's to be expected, and it's fine. Bring this guy in slightly. Excellent. All right, we need to make sure that this guy doesn't fire at will. And he only shoots at the stuff that we want him to shoot at, which would be great if he started bombing that stuff. This garrison's probably small enough that we would be able, but by the time we get up in there, I'm going to pull these guys out and maybe use them to break the wall down. Depends on when the army losses shows up. These Night Runners can go climb the wall over there. These guys can just stay back. Skaven Slaves can go back in there. Yeah, they're moving quick enough. We are out of Menace Belows, so I can't really do anything about that. The Poison Wind Mortars are into place, but they are confused, which is kind of expected at this juncture. Let's see here. That looks like a juicy blob. Can we just... What is this? Is this a clan rat? Skaven Slave Spears. Yeah, we don't care. Climbing the wall. This one's coming around. Perfect. We'll use Warp Lightning in 11 seconds on that one. So, the chat says it has slow-mo, so you can do micro even with a physical handicap. On Legendary, you'll notice that the slow-mo button is darked out up here, so you cannot use slow-mo if you're playing on the real difficulty. And in my opinion, the game is substantially different when played on Legendary than it is when played on any of the other difficulties. Not just because of that removal of that control and restrict camera and, you know, all that sort of stuff, but because the way the AI recruits is substantially different. So, if you want the full Total War Warhammer 3 experience, you have to play it on Legendary. And really, compared to Legendary on like Warhammer 2, it's really not that hard. But there are strategies that I'm going to give you in this live stream campaign guide that absolutely simply will not work on some of the lower difficulties because the AI's behavior is different. All right. So, did we get the army losses on the main? Yes, on the main we did. We are, and I think we just got it on that guy. Yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do is we need to kill him, and so we need to make sure. Yeah. He needs to go down because we need the extra food. And you get extra food on these kind of settlement battles by killing the additional lords. We also don't want to have to deal with him over the intern. So this guy. And then our gutter runners can go up and in and cut off that as well, if necessary. So all of these guys should be after him. Got him. Okay. Okay. Hopefully we got enough food. We only needed 3, I think. I'm pretty sure we only need 3. Yeah, we only needed 3 and we got 12. Cool. So we're going to take this. We could sack it, but it's not that much money. So we're just going to go ahead and take it. And that is going to cause a revolt here next turn. province is secured, we need this to be able to get our right. And then here we want defenses. We're going to delete that. We want control. We want extra money. And then we also need, but we can forego this to get our warlock engineer. Get that pumping. We don't need this right this second because we're going to get a revolt. So we might as well start that. It only takes 2 turns to do that. Or wait a minute. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, so we can postpone that for a turn because we're moving down this line. And then we're going to want this. Yeah. So we have now a disgusting amount of food, which means that our guys are going to flee quickly. And now we are going to... this guy is going to take back his... Oh, we need to go... He's going to take back this unit, but he's going to give up all of these units. And I screwed that up, but it's not that big of a deal. Ideally, you want to move him... Maybe, actually... If I give these back... Hang on. If I give... What unit did I take? I took this unit. Yeah, I got it back. All right. I want to move him over here first, and then transfer that. And then he's going to also get all of these units, because we don't need them. And now that we've done that, this guy is going to be replaced again by Snitch. Okay. And actually, we want to... we need some money. So what do we give up? We're keeping that. We'll give this up.
Ready.
We should have taken a couple of the slaves. Too late now. But what we can do is give this guy another Night Runner. And after this turn, we're going to consolidate some of these slaves down. Because we don't need quite that many slaves. Ah, shoot. That's okay. We'll do that after the end turn. I don't know why I failed to do that. I could have swore I selected that one. Anyway, the reason that we went through this whole thing over here of building this building in this weird spot was to be able to get gutter runners. So we still have an opportunity to get some more gutter runners at over the end turn. But I don't think that we're going to have enough money to do it. So, actually, I think what we ought to do... How much does a gutter runner cost? 805. So what we ought to do is not do that. And that should give us some next turn. Okay. Cool. All right, cool. We got our revolt. That's what we wanted. got a rebellion. When we have enough money to kick this off, we will. But we may not have enough money in the short term to do that. We are going to fight this battle here. And we're going to try to fight it twice. And we want to fight it in such a way that we gain maximum experience and food. So we will easily be able to auto-resolve this, but we're not going to. And first things first, we're going to go ahead and transfer this Night Runner to him, and then we'll initiate the attack. All right. So we could easily auto-resolve this, but remember, we're trying to gain as much food as possible, so we're going to fight it twice. And we have to waste 2 minutes so that our other guys come in. Oh. Piss. I knew that I screwed something up. I meant to transfer these over to the other army. I'm losing my mind. I don't know how I screwed that up. It's okay. We'll have time to do it. This turn. We'll still have time. A little bit of a raised spot here. And as long as those guys come in, we're good. Coming at us. Good. And since the caster over there is probably not going to get here in time, we'll go ahead and use... Yeah. This is the one spell that you barely ever use once you get it. Look at that juicy blob. Of course, we're not doing it. There it is. Okay. I'm like, what's going on? Yes. 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 I love playing as the Skaven. I love it so much. I think we've now routed all of their archers. Okay, these guys can start moving up, although we have some cav come in. So those gutter runners are going to have to be somewhat careful. We don't want to do too much damage to our gutter runners. But those of you who asked about how to use the gutter runners, we use them like this. So we splinter one off that way, this one comes here, this one comes here. And we basically just defend the one that they're going after. So we routed this enemy here, and then we just kind of close in on it and destroy it. All right, we gotta... Ooh, crap. That was a mistake. Ooh, more mistakes, more mistakes. Did we just lose our... Might have just lost our Eshin triads. Don't do it that way. Oops a dazzle. I don't see them. Did we lose them? I'd be sad if we lost them. because they are kind of useful. They used to not be useful, like, at all. We need to make sure that there's enough left so we can fight this battle again. Alright, that's probably enough carnage. Again, we need to fight it twice for food. We killed the only cav unit that they have, and we did not lose our Eshin triads. So they just routed off the field. That was an oversight on my part. Again, you gotta be really careful with those poison wind mortars, because they will mess up your own guys just as quick as they will destroy the enemy, which is very thematic. In fact, I wish that all of the weapons team's units fired like the poison wind mortars did, as far as their indiscretion for Skaven life. I wish there was a button that we could push that basically turned friendly fire off for the Skaven. Not that it stops killing your dudes, but that basically the regard for friendly fire for these Skaven units is just turned off, right? We still want it to be realistic and do friendly fire, but I want to be able to turn it off for the Skaven, because that is the way that the Skaven should play. And we're obviously going to take the food. So now that we have done that, we actually...
Warlock Master of Scrap.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
We kill slaves. We win. Warpstone.
Ooh, maybe we won't be okay. So, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna give him the yeah. We're gonna give him the units. What's going on here? Oh, soft lock. Give him the units that he needs to be successful. And we're gonna finish this army off. Crap, we have to fight it manually. That's okay, not a big deal. If I hadn't done that, then we might not have had to fight this manually. It's important now that we kill as many enemies as we can, preferably all of them, and we run down, especially the Lord needs to go down in this battle. So, regardless of what happens, we need to kill as many as possible, and we definitely need to take out the Lord. And the Lord is not mounted, so it shouldn't really be that big of a deal. And they are going to try to get over there. We're going to take the Eshin triads, and we're just going to take them out of the battle. Hold them in reserve. We really don't want to lose them, because we can't really replace them at this point in time. The archers. One at a time. You can form a line like this with your gutter runners, but I suggest that you actually bump some of them out, because they'll end up targeting the same target. You want them at different distances when they're firing, so that they don't accidentally all pick the same target. Because if they all pick the same target and it's one single model in this group of 100, well, then you just wasted a whole bunch of ammunition. And that seems to be pretty consistent behavior in the current patch. It's always been a problem, but it's never been like it's never been something that I really paid attention to until like recently. I think it has something to do with what they did with the new update with the like tracking missiles and stuff like that, even though these aren't tracking missiles. Alright, so the Lord is down. And then we're just going to create a cluster here. Our assassin took some damage, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. And now we're going to run down all of this. Because we want maximum food. Because remember, we're hurting pretty bad for food. And we can use this as a distraction. And we'll just use the ability, the fire in all directions ability. We just need to make sure that our dudes don't get... It's a summon unit, so that's fine. Keep our gunner runners are like super valuable, so we need to keep them away from the poison wind mortar fire. See, right there, all targeted one. So they just shot like 100 missiles at that one entity. Almost there. Come on. Got it. All right, cool. Again, maximum food. And I'm out of whiskey. Sadness. Zerioak the tank says, if one man-thing dies for every 10 Skaven, then that's a nice trade. Yep, generally speaking. Generally speaking. Especially if you have your high priority units, and then you just have a whole bunch of slaves. And that's how they're supposed to play. So we're going to take the food, of course. Okay. So we expended a little bit more movement there than I wanted to. So this may not go off as smoothly as I want it to. But we're going to move this guy here. Wait a minute. Does he have his... He does not. He needs rank 8. He is currently rank 7. So we're not going to spend that yet. Not going to spend that point yet. Because he doesn't really need the Draft Master yet. This one, we're going to go ahead and get those 2 points. Here, we're going to go with, in my opinion, Armor of Darkness is more useful, although I use it very rarely. And he's not going to spend. And then this one, we're going to Force March here. And then we're gonna, since we can't really use them, we're gonna consolidate, or since we can't really do anything about the replenishment, and we want to save some money, we're gonna consolidate some of these slave units. Excellent. Now here, we forewent some expenditures. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. And then next we'll build the money.
Landfolk, I have sailed the...
Alright, we're still in pretty good shape. And I don't think we're doing too bad let me think about this for a second. We're going to build this just to get some extra growth in the province. I know that it doesn't really go there as far as like the grand scheme of things, but it's better to have the spaces filled if you don't plan on filling them in long term, because this gives us 80 food and it cost us, what is it, 1 turn. So that means it's going to make money and it only costs us 300. So that means we have to keep this for 4 turns and it will have made us money. So it's better if we use it if we fill that space in the short term. We're also going to keep this here, even though this would be advantageous, because we want to save the extra 10% on the construction. We're going to be strapped for construction funds. So we know we have unassigned skill points and we're good to go. So I think we expended too much movement range. So this may not be as pretty as I initially wanted it to be. You want to take both these settlements simultaneously on this turn, but we may not be able to do that this time around. But it'll still work. You guys get the general gist of what we're doing.
The potential rewards are great, so too are the perils.
Yeah, he can't quite reach. But this one can, so we'll go ahead and take it anyway, because they're recruiting. And if they recruit anymore, then we're going to have a hard time beating it, and that's just not how we want to do. So we'll go ahead and take this one, and they're not at war with anybody that we can see currently, so it's not that big of a deal. That'll be an easy win. And then this one, I guess, because what we needed to do was actually be, right here. That's where we needed to be able to reach that this turn. But because we can't reach it anyway, we might as well recruit. And then we'll fight this. Do we need... Do we need a menace below? I don't think we need any additional menace blows. Simple Man 3 says, next faction I plan on playing is Oxyotl, similar style with sneaky missile units. I really, really hate playing as a Lizardman. I played him as him like twice in Warhammer 2, and like it was just not my faction. Did not like it at all. So I gave up on the Lizardman a long time ago. One of the campaigns that I played was Oxyotl, and I just didn't really like it because I don't feel like I'm rewarded properly for the energy put into the campaign like I am in a Skaven campaign. Like, there's lots of little cheesy things that you get to do in a Skaven campaign that you don't get to do in with a faction that is more like a straight up fight than the Skaven are. So if you like Lizardmen, you like Lizardmen, but I don't like fighting them. I don't like fighting against them. I don't like fighting as them. I don't find them fun, basically. We're just going to use this unit to maybe pull one of theirs away. And these Skaven slaves, we're just going to yeet them in there. Again, we don't not care for their welfare all that much. We just need to distract. Normally you would use like menace blows for this, but we're just going to distract, and we're just going to focus fire the heck out of those archers. It's really the only units that we have to worry about. That and I thought I saw some Jade Warriors. Yeah, Jade Warriors. We need to worry about those. But in the short term, we're just going to focus fire the heck out of the archers. These guys can take casualties, it's fine. And then after we do that, then we'll start, yeah, so we get some problems here with some leadership. That's all because of the food. We just don't have any food. So we've taken one unit and caused it to follow us around. And we really just need to manage this line a little bit and let our Night Runners do their deal. And we'll use the magic to do some damage as well. We're going to tell this Night Runner to pursue. And we'll let those slaves do whatever they want there. Oh, we've got a route. So now we'll transition to, what is this? Jade Warriors. Ah, shoot. Oh no, they totally stayed there. Oh no, they didn't. So these Jade Warriors are charging after this unit, where they were. So that means that their shields, they have a bronze shield. But now they're charging into these guys, so if we focus fire them, they're going to get hit from both directions, and we shouldn't have a problem overcoming those shields. We just slowly withdraw. The Night Runners are okay in melee. Okay, being super okay. They're not great at melee by any stretch of the imagination. And we'll let them chase that. Let them chase that and just pound the heck out of them. Let our spears come back in. And this one is now good to go. What is this? Is this a spear? Yeah, whatever. This one can now chase down this archer unit.
Night Runners, forward, backwards. Warlock Master!
To be expected. We expect very poor performance out of the Skaven slaves to begin with, let alone when they're starving. So, no surprise. I'm not. These guys. What are they doing? Ah, they're going to rout. And they're going to continue to take damage. We need to send one of these guys to do some more damage to that archer unit, because I was kind of counting on those Night Runners to do it, and they got caught by the Lord when I wasn't paying attention. So much friendly fire. All the friendly fire. This is fine. Peasant. They'll be fine. Even if they make contact with those Night Runners, I don't think they'll... Yeah, they're just going to rout. All right, cool. Now, refresh my memory. There is a Lord, yes. So we need to take out that Lord. He is not mounted. So that's fine. And while we're at it, we might as well run down some of those. But we need to take out that Lord. Go up there. Stuttered him a little bit. Some of these Night Runners are going to get caught. But these ones should be fresh. So, they say very tired for some reason. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I don't know why. I'm going to have to stagger him again. These are as fast as units as I got. Got enough room, I think. If we can get some of these guys, who's in the lead? These ones attack, then who's the next one? These guys. If we can turn him, maybe. Yeah, we turn him. Now we just gotta hope that we can do enough damage to him. The Lord's in on it. This. Yeah, we're not going to get him. He made it out, and these guys gave up the fight for some reason or another. I have no understanding why. Yeah, he got away. Oh well. Didn't quite get what we wanted there, but that's fine. I mean, he still gets wiped out. We just don't get as much food. Yeah, I guess. So Kyle says, Lizardmen are only fun if you want to command an army of dinos. Yeah, I can get behind that. Okay, I can see that. I still think that there are single entity doom stacks that are cooler than the dinos. I mean, I was a dinosaur kid, right? Like Jurassic Park, all that sort of stuff. Like, yeah. But I still think that there are better single entity doom stacks than what Lizardmen can put out, as evidenced by how easy they are to destroy. We are strapped for food, so we're just going to take this at settlement level 1. And our goal is to get to here. We're going to go ahead and put this in there. And then this one, we can afford to get a few more. There we go. And then maybe some slaves for it. Yeah, maybe some slaves. Do we have... We can get an assassin when we get some money, but we're a little strapped for cash right now. And we didn't do anything with Snitch this turn, that's right. Do we have diplomacy options?
Admiral of the fleet.
We do not have anything that we really want. We do have an Eshin action, though, so we can do a small heist, and we'll use Snitch to do it so that he gets another level. Or he gets another level faster. I don't know if he'll actually get another level. No, he did. And the reason we did that is this. So we saved that point so we can do Jump Scare, which gives us extra ambush success chance, right? But then we want these contract loopholes. Upkeep minus 10%. So that gives us extra. And that should also give us enough to give us another gutter runner. You can see that basically what we're doing here is building up Snitch's army. We should probably also use some of these funds to get some frontline troops for these other gutter runners. And that should probably hold us on that army for now. We'll add in a Warlock Engineer to it as necessary. All right, cool. Moving on to the next turn, yeah. And we're going to hope for clan contracts. We want some more clan contracts. Now that we have spent So they shouldn't be able to reach, no. So it's okay if they take that position. So this is why we wanted to take... This is why we wanted to take those cities at the same time. Because they're kind of at a loss at which way to go. So in this instance, what we're going to do is... What do they have? We cannot beat that with this, right? Like, that's just... We're not going to do it. Which is okay. We only took it at tier 1, remember? So it's fine. The only thing that we miss out on is this income. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this guy out and put him in ambush stance. And we're going to... So, and this is a good lesson for any campaign that you're playing. You want to use the tools that you have. The Skaven are really good at ambushing, right? So, if we had sat here for a few turns and we had more garrison than this, then we would consider putting this guy into ambush stance right here and just going for it. But we don't have that option. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this guy around here, and we're going to set up an ambush trap 2 turns in the a turn in the future. So we're just going to go ahead and put him in ambush so that he hopefully doesn't get detected. If he does get detected, actually, we got a little bit more movement. So, Snitch is now going to take this position, and we're going to be able to auto-resolve this one. No problem. We might have gotten some more food out of that than initially, or if we hadn't auto-resolved it. But we'll go ahead and take it. And now we are going to build this. Yeah, and we need to get rid of this. So the whole reason that we did that was to be able to get access to gutter runners. We really want to build defenses here because our ass is hanging out over here. Okay, so we want to get defenses up there as quickly as possible. And to do that, it would be ideal if we could get some more monies from somewhere. Do we have? Oh yeah, we have a contract. So we have this guy that's just kind of not doing anything, right? And he can go do our contract. It is against Scryer, and this is okay because this is actually a construction buff, right? Yeah. So if we, so it doesn't do anything for us in the short term. But if we send him to do this, Scryer is the one that's okay to do the worst to. So we're going to go ahead and send him to do the Scryer contract. Why? Ah, man. Well, that sucks. That super sucks. I should have sent this guy to do that. No, because then we wouldn't have gotten the upkeep buff. This guy is not high enough level to do this contract. Which sucks. Which means that we're going to have to send this guy. We don't really need that much replenishment, so it's fine. But it depletes our ability to ambush because he's a cunning hero. It's okay. Cool. And then here we're gonna build defenses there. So we're not going to build the growth building because we want the defenses there. So if you guys haven't followed my campaign guides up to this point, you always build defenses as Skaven. One of your building slots is always dedicated to the defensive buildings. You have to build something in that slot anyway. You might as well get something good out of it. It gives you extra garrison and warp bomb once you've built it up. So we're going to spend 2,400 on this, so we're not going to put anything here now. Wait a minute. Where's Village of the Moon? Actually, it is the best defended of the locations, so we are going to build this, and we'll just eat it for now. And we'll just build the defenses when that gets up to... We only have to keep that for 4 turns to make it worth our while. Okay. So the way this is going to hopefully work, this is the plan, is they're going to take this position without much of a fight. And then Snitch is going to come over and force march to here. And he's going to dump all of his expensive looking units off into this army that'll be in ambush stance. And then this army is going to come out, attack, and then we split those armies out and destroy the city of Shunigan again. It says that we have damaged buildings somewhere. Yeah, we don't need this. We'll go ahead and delete that. But I fully expect them to take the city of Shunigan. And it's okay to lose battles as the Skaven. You fight battles, and you never actually lose unless you lose. The best thing that you can do as the Skaven is not lose your armies. So if I stood and fight and tried to defend this settlement, I would have lost that army. And that's bad. So I will absolutely let them have this. And hopefully they occupy. They didn't even occupy it. So we didn't actually lose anything. And they're this is even better, because what that does, what they just made the mistake of is, I think now we're going to have to look at their movement range.
Death Master Snitch.
So this is ambush success chance 55, 80. They're able to reach us here. And I know that this guy can reach here. So we know that we have 80 at this position, and we don't necessarily want them to... we don't want to move any closer because we don't want it to be detected. So what Snitch is going to do is he is going to force march to right here. Nope. They're in raid stance and they can reach all of that, so it doesn't really matter. So Snitch is just going, yeah, Snitch is just going to come right in and... Yeah, okay. Everything that is expensive looking that he has is going in this army. Okay, so now we're going to fill an army with Snitch that looks like this. Okay? Hiding our strength. And he's well within the ambush bubble, so if this guy comes over here and tries to take Snitch, which he should, and if he doesn't, then we can reach the city of Shunigan anyway and trap them in there with our full force. So this is good. We now have our other assassin back, so he can come down and... should have... Do I have any movement? I don't. That's okay. We'll just leave him out for this battle because we don't want to make this army look any stronger than it is. We'll just do this. We don't have the money to build the defenses here, which we desperately want to do, and we need to do. But it's going to be our first priority once we'll probably have enough after we defeat this army here. And of course, we will check to see what options we have. It doesn't look like anything good. Again, we want to stay away from those other guys. Do we have any more clan contracts or anything? No, nothing looks good. Are we going to... We're not going to get a revolt or anything anytime soon. We could do the War of Weeping Blades. That would give us enough money. But I don't want this to be dependent on... because this is sort of a guide, I don't want this to be dependent on your ability to cheese. So we're going to try to do this, and they spotted us. So that sucks. That's okay, though. They spotted us. We can probably kick off an ambush trap the next turn, because we're not going to be able to reach that settlement anyway. But we get to keep the city of Shunigan, even though they thrashed it. Imminent rebellion at the Imperial Road, which is here. If we do this... So I'm going to... I don't know where this is going to kick off. So we're not going to build this. We're not going to build anything here, because I don't know when... I don't know where that's going to happen. But what we are going to do is now Snitch is going to be the trap. And he should get really high ambush success chance. He should be able to reach, you know, just for the heck of it. We shouldn't be detected there. And then we want to, like, same thing as last time, we would take all the expensive looking units. Those are all the expensive looking units, right? Yeah. Yes. So now this army is going to see this sitting there and be like, yeah, we got that. But in reality, Snitch is sitting there waiting to eat them. So hopefully they don't send this first. It's recruiting, so it probably shouldn't. And there shouldn't need to send both armies. So we'll see how this goes. We still cannot afford to build the defenses, which is okay. Again, I don't know that... I'm hoping that it kicks off here. If it kicks off here, then we'll be able to reach it to defend it. But if the revolt takes it, then the revolt takes it. You know, we've only put 300 into this province, and it's still netting us 160 a turn. So whatever. Here, ruthless plants. We want that extra food. Imminent rebellion, and then we don't have one. Yeah, we're good here. We're just going to leave this at tier 1 for now. Again, we're going to delete that and build defenses, and it just needs to sit there for 4 turns for it to be worth our while. All right, ambush trap, ambush trap, ambush trap, ambush trap. Send me the juicy army. Send me the juicy army. You can do it. Oh, yes. Yes. Goodbye. Minimal damage, and all of the damage that was taken on Skaven slaves. So, whatever. We got plenty of food out of that, and we've got some money. We bumped up to here. We want to take this next settlement at tier 3. So we should... Let me think about this. We're going to lose 2 food over the end turn. We're going to lose 2 food over the end turn because of our armies. as much as I want the money, we need the food. We absolutely need the food. We have to have it because we need to take this to tier 3. And I don't want to sit around and, you know what? I forgot about that. Because we could have used that to get the remainder of our food. Which is good because this is in range. We should be able to take this with our secondary army, no problem. They can... Did they only sack it? They only sacked it. Which means that they didn't recruit over the end turn. Which is fantastic. So, Snitch should be able to take that by himself. So, what we're going to... Yeah, we have enough. We have... Somehow we ended up with enough food. I don't know how or why that happened that way. Clan Scryer contract received. We will not be doing this contract. We're not going to do... We want the Clan Pestilence to be at its maximum. We will be doing no contracts that negatively impact Clan Pestilence. Okay, so we have a choice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this army.
That will work.
And we are going to take these units. And we're going to trade a couple frontline troops to Snitch. Because he needs to build out his front line ever so slightly. Okay. And Snitch is going to lay siege to... Let's see, what a... Physical resistance, speed for infantry units, campaign movement range. Oh, we get a second one. Speed for infantry units. Yeah. This one, we'll go ahead and spread control. And I guess that. And this one, we'll go with evasion. And so Snitch is going to go ahead and initiate this. But we're going to encircle it for now. And then this one, we are going to... We don't have any flying units that we have to worry about. So we'll just go ahead and give us extra ambush success chance. And if we have the opportunity... Okay, what we don't want to do is chase this into Lokir's territory. We might be able to get him to join.
Bring victory treaty quickly. There are mortals to enslave.
We can get him to join. It's going to spend... It's going to spend $2,000.
Yes.
Snitch should have enough campaign movement range left. And we're just gonna do it. We're not gonna risk it.
Scepter the Kraken Lord cometh. Your obedience is required. The crew will see to it.
We want to build that rapport with him. Now, normally I would say fight this battle twice for food. But because we are trying to build friendship with Lokir, we cannot pursue this army out into this region here. So we're just going to go ahead and if we can auto-resolve it, we will. And it's just going to wipe out our garrison. That's fine. Not a big deal. Extra food. Yeah, we'll just take the extra food. Cool. Now we know that we can go ahead and build this. And we're in good shape. We have the money now to be able to build the defenses over here. Which is good. And we should also use this opportunity to build Village of the Moon. There. These two are vulnerable locations. So we still need to let this sit for another turn to get our money's worth out of the expenditure. Well, no, because we're going to get 150 back. So technically we can go ahead and remove this. And we'll build the defenses there. And do that. And then that allows this to be this. And this we need another turn on to get our money's worth. Yeah, another turn to get our money's worth on that one. And then we can delete it and put in its place something else. I'm just going to let those sit. They're not really important at this juncture. And I think we just build this. Yeah. And then we'll fight this battle right here. And this is going to be a settlement battle, and it's going to be a little bit challenging. And I think that this is... Yeah. This is a really important battle. And you can see why it is that we did not, that we said at the very beginning that we try not to fight settlement battles with a whole lot of additional force in there. This is only an additional, what is that, 8 units? 9 units with the Lord, in addition to a level 2 garrison. And this is a sizable amount of force. The reason that this is a problem is we don't have the firepower to kill all these units. So we're going to have to do some finagling to make that happen. Now, how many archer units do we have? 1, 2, 3. We'll count this as a archer unit. 4, 5, 6, 7. And these ones are dangerous. Yeah, so we have a total of 7 units that we need to concern ourselves with being able to shoot back at us, because we can outrun all of these units. They don't have any. They only have 1 or 2 cavalry units. The Jade Lancers are a problem. The peasants aren't, but we should be able to take them out relatively easily. I would order more Menace Belows, but we're just going to leave it at, because we're already kind of strapped for food, and we don't want to expend. We're going to take this at tier 3, which is going to cost us 40 food. And that's going to push us back down to like 30-ish food. And that means that depending on how the things stack up, we're going to be in that red territory again. And we don't want to be there. And the reason we built all those things that we built before was because our construction cost is cheaper now than after we take the settlement, because we'll be at the red line food. So in this instance, we're going to take 3 and 3. Actually, we can do this. And we're going to have a front line, a back line, and then a backest line. We only have direct fire spells, so we'll go ahead and put him over there. We don't have our actual vortex spell. Okay. And then we'll send the assassin in with these guys. And we'll send the triads in with those guys. Okay. Now, our hope is that they're going to consolidate a bunch of force right up here close. Where's this? Oh, yeah. We want them to consolidate their... Yeah, that's exactly what we want. And then these guys, we're going to send And we want to turn them off fire at will. And then our other ones. And they're just going to go up on the walls and sit for now. And hope for a chance at that town square. So where is this guy? Yeah. Okay, cool. And then our poison wind mortars are going to target any archers that they can. And if the archers start doing too much damage to the slaves here, we just need this unit to be stationary. Although now we have an opportunity to take that guy out with Snitch. We just want these guys to be stationary. Even though this is a better target, because there's more units there, we really need to concentrate on the Celestial. These are the most dangerous units on the battlefield right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, we got a couple good hits on there. Good, good. And then we want to turn these guys off of fire at will. These guys need to be off fire at will. And then our archers need to come in here and start. Yeah, that was a good one. All right, cool. We can now pick a different target, although we need to move a little bit closer. All right, so that's down. Let's go ahead and do the gates next. Why are you losing? What are you doing? How is Snitch losing to a wizard? Another unit that didn't do what they were supposed to. Okay, so let's take a look here and see what we've got as far as how we're stacking up on the walls. We're almost done. Yeah, almost done. Although that was a mistake. They can see that. Actually, yeah, this is done. So these ones, we're just going to pull them over here. And then where's Snitch? All right, he needs to get out of there. He cannot take on a full unit of that stuff. And our poison wind mortars need to take on that guy. This is fine if they do damage to Skaven slaves. Just let them stand there and get damaged. It's fine. All right, so that's done. And this is now transitioned to a distractionary force. So we just need to get them to continue to pump more forces down there. And then we're going to simultaneously hit this point and that point. And hopefully that will save us some casualties. While we can straight up win this battle by elimination, I don't want to. This looks like a good blob. If the poison wind mortars can hit it. We're gonna try? Yeah, they are. Alright, this is bad. It looks like they weren't quite done yet, which is not good. That's okay, we'll just do this. And then the gutter runners can go up there and kill that. And it's an isolated archer unit, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. What are you doing? Snitch has still not found himself off of the wall for one reason or another. And I will be upset if he gets wounded. I was trying to use the technique. There we go. Maybe here? Maybe? How are we doing? These guys are under fire. That's okay. Do it that way. Yeah, we totally eliminated that archer unit. That's fine. So these guys are going to move up here, and then we're going to hit both positions at once. Hope that Snitch will... Maybe? We got three, what looks like 3 archer units there. Alright. Take down the gate. And then we're going to move the slaves in. Move Snitch. Yeah. Snitch is finally free. We're going to move the slaves in, and hopefully that will aggro the AI into sending their dudes towards the front. Because we need... this is not a good situation with these archers right here, because they can reach that square. We might have to fight them straight up. Which is less than ideal, but... If this was the previous patch, then I would have... What are these, Penzit? Well, they're sending that one over there. So what's... Peasant archers... Jade warrior crossbows. Okay. Alright, so all of these guys are going in the breach. And that should be the last of our... Why? What the heck? That should be the last, one more volley of this. Forgot about the cavalry. Which one is this? Peasant horseman. Alright, cool. If we can get the assassin to come down here and do something with that, that'd be great. If we can just get him to tie him up for just a second. Because they are ripping through those gutter runners a little bit. Oh. Fire at will time. Duh. That's why. I'm an idiot. Alright. That should do that, and then we're going to take this assassin over here and deal with... Those are peasant archers, so that should be okay. Yeah, we're going to just have to fight these guys straight up. That whole plan fell apart, which sucks. But, yeah, because they're... Okay, so what we really need to worry about is these guys. Those are the ones that are going to do some damage to us. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a little bit of a trap here. We're going to put these gutter runners here, and then we're going to take this one and the triads. And they should make short work of these archers. Okay, these guys are out of ammo.
Back on the ground.
Maybe we can get them to come through and do some stuff there. I'm not sure. Alright, yeah, we want those guys to come. What are you doing? These guys are all on fire at will, right? Less than ideal that they built that barricade there, but okay, cool. Run this down so that we can't be assaulted by them again. What are those? Peasant? Yeah. Excellent. They're gonna... That's an anti-large unit. And these guys should be able to do... They should do some work. Alright, cool. Alright, we've taken that position, so hopefully that's going to have them send some guys over. Okay, that one's shattered, so that's good. Do they have a barricade? They did not build a real barricade there, so that's good. How's this looking? Okay. Oh my gosh. I should have another one sitting, yeah. Two sitting right there, and our goal here is going to be to draw this one over here, and then hopefully smack the crap out of this archer unit, if we can get the archer unit to come chase us down this way. Okay, this is handled. Yeah, that's handled. And take out the Lord. Hopefully it gives enough debuff for some, okay, yeah. We're just going to set this right here and do their whole technique. No move and direct damage. Back to what we're doing with our gutter runners here. Let's see. They really have slowed down the sieges, right? Like they definitely have made the sieges more siege-like. Whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing remains to be seen. But ah, crap, busted. That's okay, they're going to take out those horsemen pretty quickly, and then we need them to come up here and take that out. Tie up those Jade Warriors. Where are the archer? There's archer fire coming from over here. Oh, right there. Shatter, 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 shatter. So if you set them to pursue... Okay, see, there you go. If you set them to pursue, they'll continue to fire while they pursue. And that's ideal. Okay. So that's done. Alright, so at this juncture, they should only have, after this plays itself out, they should only have one archer unit left. And we now that we've taken out all of their cavalry and all of their archers, we now have speed superiority. We just have to watch out for that one archer unit that's left. And they can't touch us now. Although this archer unit is not dead. So if we send that gutter runner to run it down, that'll be good. Although we could send... I would send the triads, but we may need the triads here shortly. Okay, so these guys are... So you can see now how thin we are on ammunition. This is why we don't take on big garrisons. Or big armies inside of garrison cities in the early game with Clan Eshin. Now, we can still beat these units in melee. It's just going to take some finagling to do so. And it looks like we did not get through over there, which is fine. We'll just come here on the back end and... Alright, we have that other archer unit coming in, and we have enough ammunition to deal with it. So we're going to send them to actually attack. And we'll send the triad. Okay, so these guys, they can just chase after us. We'll send one this way, and then these ones will just go down this way. And we can run them around for the rest of the battle if we need to. Now, the byproduct of the most recent patch is that once this tower is destroyed, it can't be rebuilt. So that's a plus. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Alright, cool. Come chase us. And again, they can chase us for the rest of the battle, for all we care. And this is going to blow up a whole bunch of barricades, too. Good. Excellent. Alright, where is this guy? He's picking a fight, and he's not doing well. So we need to get him out of there before he loses. So we're going to send him all the way to the front. There's enough ammunition left. What's going on over here? Oh, okay. Stop shooting. Okay, good. That's been taken care of. We'll bring him back up, and hopefully he can help hold this position. We need to route this, because we can't allow them to take this position back, or we can't cap the final point. What are these? Peasant long spearmen. Okay, peasant long spearmen gone. What are these? Jade warriors. Cannot fight those with a busted up. Cannot fight Jade warriors. Well, we can. That one unit's kind of busted up though. Okay, that's good. Let's throw some stars at that one. Let's see here. Okay, we did get the point. Okay, they don't have enough troops to really do anything, so we don't have to sit on it. That unit is going to get pinned, so it might as well do some damage. Oh, it might, they might break out of there. Yeah, get out of there. In fact, we'll just tell them to attack that. Okay, good, good. We got our reinforcements coming in here. We've got this. We basically have the square now. Is this still? Yeah, it's still accruing victory tickets because we haven't lost the central point yet. There we go. All right. Good deal. Now run all that down. These ones can go run this down. And we'll save the rest of this ammunition. If for no other reason than balance of power. Okay, so this. We don't have enough ammunition to destroy that. So we might as well not waste it. We're just going to move this unit far enough away that it can't be seen. And maybe we'll go take out that that single entity over there. We're just going to have to tank any of the damage that it puts out. The Sky Lantern, that is. Because we don't have enough ammunition to destroy it. And that should be... Maybe if we just move our guys around, they'll take fewer. Alright, now let's see if we actually did have enough to take that thing down. Now that I think about it, I could have used all this magic. We might have had enough to take that out. That might have been a little bit of an oversight. I mean, it wouldn't have gotten that many more kills. I mean, that many fewer kills. Oh yeah, we definitely... It got 45 kills. However, the majority of those were Night Runner, or were Gutter Runners. So we do have to consider that. Might not get it, though. Yeah, we're not going to get it. Okay, cool. We won that battle. That's all that matters. And this was a really important battle to win because this allows me to set up what you should do from here, because I'm going to break the stream off here, and I'm going to tell you where you need to go from here, basically, and what you need to avoid, because this is the critical point where you can choose which direction you're going to invade next. Oh, we got a lot of food for that. This is fantastic. So actually, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna refute my previous statement. We are going to sack this. He has enough movement to take it. You notice that we're here. We were here. And construction cost 20% for all buildings. This is 10% for all buildings. That's plus. And then this is no impact on cost whatsoever. So anything that we started building at the beginning of this turn... Oh, that was a destruction. Right? Then we got anything over here? Yeah. All right. So all those buildings, we are going to because we no longer have that debuff. Remember, we were down here. It was going to cost us 20% extra. So now it's not going to cost us any extra. We're going to rebuild all that stuff at the lower rate. Although I forget, I think we were doing this one and then this one. Pretty sure that was that. I'm pretty sure we were doing this. I forgot what I was doing. We don't, this settlement doesn't come under attack very often, so we don't need to build the level 2 walls quite yet. But I'm pretty sure that that's everything that we wanted to do. And that saved us a bundle. We will go ahead, even though I don't normally do this because we have the extra money now and we've reduced that cost, we can go ahead and do that. And what I'll do now is we'll increase this. We don't need to do this. And this just needs to hang out for another turn. Although it doesn't really matter at this point. And then we're going to get our Warlock Engineer. And we don't really have any good ones. So we'll take Confident. And we're going to increase mobility. And then we're going to spend our next 2 on this. And the reason we're going to do that is we want undercities. And this is a really good place to build an undercity. If we can get... We've already got pretty good... We've got relations going up. This will stabilize that.
Don't be scared by my helm. It's intimidating.
So by the time that Warlock Engineer gets over here to start that undercity, we should be good. And then... What? Actually, now that I think about it, maybe we don't do that yet. Because we're going to take this. Yeah, we're probably gonna spend 3,600. Let me do some math really quick. So we're going to take that thing, and it's going to have no buildings probably. So we're going to need... How much do the walls cost, damn it? Crap. You know what? We're going to leave this built right here. We're going to leave this built for now because it's at a lower price point. Again, because of this. We're going to lose a bunch of that because we're going to take this now. Instead of at tier 3, we're going to take it at tier 4 because we can. Now we're in disgusting shape as far as our food is concerned. And we want the walls. That's all we can afford. We're gonna get rid of that. And we might as well build that. Yeah, so it was good. Well, yeah, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave that other province as is. Yeah, we're going to leave it alone. We could really use that 3,600 over there, but we've got, remember, a 10% decrease here with no cost, and it's going to cost us an additional, to build that building down there, it'll cost us 3,200 for level 1. Right? So we'll just build that afterwards. So that is that consolidated. We'll go ahead and since even though we're going to be building some expensive buildings down there, we're going to need some food. So we're going to set this one up for food. And we're going to concentrate a lot of our construction in this region. So we're going to leave this one at the growth and the 10% reduction. Now, this army. We could use this army. And actually, we're going to make some food back at the end of this anyway, because we are going to have a revolt here at the next turn. And we're going to get Black Whirlwind. And this one should have an upkeep reduction, or replenishment, yeah. Okay. This one, we're actually going to force march this one. We're going to start taking this region here. This is where we're going to target next. We have an imminent rebellion.
Admiral of the fleets.
We don't want to be friends with them. We're okay to be friends with these guys. We want to confederate them. For some reason, we don't have friendship with the Clan Pestilence yet, and we haven't got any clan contracts. Yeah, and we're not touching that. So I'm going to hit end turn, and we're going to break the stream off here because this is essentially the start. And then from here is how you want to handle it. Now, I highly suggest, I will show you what I suggest that you do over the course of the next turn. Because this campaign can derail itself very, very quickly. So, after we take out this revolt, which you should fight twice. You're going to take on this revolt and you're going to fight it twice for food. Because you can see we're in pretty bad shape, right? You're not going to have to pursue this down into Lokir's land. From here, you're going to continue down this because you want the extra growth. And then you're going to come from here back up into this line. And you're going to go for monstrous plans. Somewhere in here, you're going to build this building. You don't have to do it right now. You don't need it for... It takes, I think, 5 turns to build total. You need up to the Pit of the Packmasters to get the monstrous abominations, and then, or monstrous plants and then monstrous abominations. So you've got 5 turns here, 5 turns here, 10 turns. That's probably 5 turns, probably another 5 turns, right? So you got plenty of time, but somewhere in here you need to build the level 3 Pits of the Packmasters. I prefer to build it in the primary settlement chain because you can take good advantage of its level 4 nature, ultimately. But if you want to put it in a minor settlement, you can put it in a minor settlement, right? You only need it to level 3. You're not going to be recruiting anything out of it anyway because it's just far too expensive as Eshin to recruit monsters. So put it in a level 3 or a minor settlement if you care. Again, this army is going to continue down this way, and somewhere along the way, it's going to start recruiting again. Okay, like right now, it's not recruiting. This one is going to come over here and set up an undercity. Snitch, while he can reach this settlement, and it is very nice to have these walls, these gate settlements, because you can set them up with this commandment. Right, the plan to generate you an additional 2 food every turn, and it's nice to have all 3 of them to do that. If you take this settlement, you will discover Zatan the Black, and he will immediately declare war on you. If you take this settlement, you will discover Zatan the Black, and he will immediately declare war on you. If you take this settlement, you will discover Zatan the Black, and he will immediately declare war on you. And if you take Miao Ying's capital, you will discover Zatan the Black, and he will immediately declare war on you. Unless you get in your browser here and somehow figure out that Village is kicking him across the world. Eventually, Village will discover Zatan the Black, and he will, depending on how the faction potential has stacked up, he will take him out. If he does not, then you are going to have to fight him. Now, this is a fantastic spot to set up Undercities as an Undercity farm, but for right now, I suggest that in the short term, you stay away from all this crap up here, and you focus on taking out like Po Mei, the Terracotta Graveyard. You come down here and get Wang Chen. You try to stay away from the other Dragon Lord, Scumming. You stay away from him as long as you can, because you're going to come down here, and if you declare war on Xiaoming or he declares war on you, then he has a beeline right for your undefended settlements. So you want to make sure that you've got this fully walled up before you start fighting him, because the only point of ingress he really has is here. If you don't take this faction out quickly enough, he will confederate this faction, and if he confederates this faction, then he can attack all of your base settlements. That's why we're sending this guy down here to take on this whole menagerie up here. It is my suggestion that you, again, fight this battle right here, fight it twice, and then you come back over here and start taking out these settlements. You probably, at some point in time, need to recruit a third army to set up ambush traps for Miao Ying, because once you discover her in earnest, I don't think we've discovered her yet. We have. And she is... Our rapport with her is going down considerably. You need to take her out quickly. And to do that, you need to ambush trap her, never fight her inside of a settlement, because she will... You don't have enough ammunition to take it. You have enough ammunition in your army to take out her and her alone. You do not have enough ammunition to take out her army and her. So you're best off to set up an ambush trap, maybe even auto-resolve that ambush trap and eliminate that army, putting her down for 5 turns while you destroy the rest of her settlements. Again, if you get to here, do not take the settlement. Peace out with her until you figure out that Village has Zatan on his back heel. If Zatan comes down here, he's going to come down here with a bunch of Dreadquake mortars, and he's going to rip you apart. The only way to really fight Dreadquake mortars with Skaven is to rush them after you've exhausted all of your Menace Belows on their infantry, so that the Menace Below pops up, and then the Dreadquake mortar basically bombs their own units. You're going to have a horrible time fighting him. So it is my suggestion to stay away from him until he is considerably weakened. So stay away from him. Try not to get into a war with Xiaoming until you've walled up all of these settlements, and then take this this faction out. And right now, how are they looking? They've got 6 settlements. So what that means is that they've got these 2, and they've got a little bit down in here, and probably some of this over here. If you look at the balance, the vampires, these guys, you want to watch the balance between this faction and this faction. They fight over the same kind of territory. It looks like the Cathayan forces are winning, and that's okay, because that's going to give you more Man-Thing slaves, which give you more income for your settlements. It's cool. But just know that there are going to be a fair amount of armies that you have to fight. So you need to beef this up quite considerably on your way down there. But anyway, that is the live stream for the early campaign guide for Clan Eshin. I know that we're leaving it in the red and all that sort of stuff, but if this stream does really well as a VOD, then I will continue it. The last one that I did with Queek didn't do really well, so I didn't continue it. But spread this video around. Thanks for watching the Art of Save Scumming, and if this does well, then we'll continue with this campaign in a different live stream. Thank you very much again, and hopefully we'll see you on another video here at the Art of Safe Scumming. And now I need to figure out where all my buttons